Taurus, and welcome to your September 2018 love reading with Divine Love Tarot. I want to welcome you to my channel, whether it's your first time or your return viewer subscriber. Thank you, and I hope this message resonates for you. If you find that it isn't resonating, just keep in mind it is a general reading and it may not resonate, or parts of it may and parts of it may not. And also, if you find that it isn't, you can check out your moon sign, your rising sign, or your Venus, because sometimes those other planets are more prominent in your chart. Okay, guys, and if you don't know what that means, you can hit me up in my comments or email, and I will help you find that information. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the reading. This is a September love, so it's for singles, it's for mingles, it's for entangled, it's for everyone. Guys, I feel tired, but I'm not tired, if that makes any sense. I'm a little lethargic right now, but I want to get this reading. I want to do readings. So let's see what we have here, Taurus, okay? First card is going to represent your current energy. We've got the Star card in reverse. Next card represent what your challenge is. And we've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Taurus, I feel like you and Gemini, and this Nine of Swords card is just like always popping up. Next card represents your past energy, what you're coming out of. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Next card represents your future, what you're moving into. Emperor in reverse. Next card represents what you want, okay? And we get the King of Wands. Next card represents internal factors, what's driving you. We've got the Page of Swords in the reverse. Next card represents your advice for this reading. Oh, we've got the Four of Wands. Wands. Next card represents external factors. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Next card represents your hopes and your fears. We've got the High Priestess. And the next card represents the outcome for this reading. And we've got the Fool in the reverse, okay? Oh, jumping out. Four of Wands is just jumping off the table. All right, guys. So, current energy with the Star card in reversed. Taurus, are you feeling a little bit insecure? Are you having confidence issues right now? For some of you, this can indicate that you're just not feeling very positive, maybe about yourself right now or about your situation. All right, when we see the Star card in reversed, sometimes it can represent things are going to take a little bit longer. Like the Star is generally a positive card. One of those, there's a few cards in the deck that are pretty positive. So even in the reverse, it's like you can still have, what it is that you want. It just may take a little bit longer. Okay, but it can also represent sometimes being over arrogant, like being overly confident in getting what you want. For some of you, the Star card can represent an Aquarius. All right. And if not representing an Aquarius, then like I said, maybe it's an issue with you connecting with the person of your interest. And if you're single, I think you just need a bit of a confidence boost right now, okay? Or there's something that's causing you to feel not your best or not 100%, all right? Clarify that energy. We get that Knight of Cups energy in the reverse. So the Knight of Cups in the reverse can be moodiness. So maybe you're just not feeling it right now. Maybe you're feeling a little bit moody, you're a little bit touchy, okay? If not, the Knight of Cups can represent like being hopeful, like a hopeless romantic, right? And also having unrealistic hopes. And sometimes the Star card can also represent unrealistic, like high expectations not fulfilled. So for some of you, you may have some expectations about either romance in general or a relationship that have not been met or are not being met, and it's causing you to be a little bit, down. It's bringing you down, man. All right, and your challenge is to not let it bring you down, because your challenge is to try not to fall into this anxiety, right? Your challenge is to get over the anxiety, all right, and not fall into the anxiety of, not being able to be patient, or feeling like, you've done something for this to be your situation, overthinking it. All right, you don't want that. You don't want sleepless nights. Let's go ahead and clarify that challenge. Yeah, the hangman. You don't want that. You don't want to be undecided. You don't want to be, at a place where you feel like, you're at a crossroads, okay, and you're not sure which direction to go in, okay, because the hangman is also about making sacrifices. So for some of you, your challenge may be not to get to that point, or your challenge may be that you need to start making some sort of sacrifices, all right, in order to get what you want. Maybe what you want isn't coming because there's some type of blocks here, okay, and that's what the star card represents in the reverse. Blocks and challenges to getting what you want or to your relationship. All right, coming out of this, some of you may be coming out of being single and independent. Others of you are coming out of this energy where you were probably content, with your situation, whether it was a relationship or whether you were single. All right, you were content, you have it all together. That's also a card that represents how other people see you. Other people see you as having it all. You have everything, and sometimes, everything except a relationship, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify that. Oh, we got the King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords in reverse tends to be that energy that's, very opinionated, doesn't really respect others' opinions. It's like their way or the highway, and they're not very nice about it either. So if that's been your energy, Taurus, then, that's what you're coming out of, and maybe that's why your expectations may be a little bit unrealistic. Maybe you're very opinionated and judgmental about, the people that you're either in a relationship with or dating, or, that you meet. So maybe that's one of the reasons why you're having a bit of an issue, if you are kind of like, coming off as, I don't really need you. All right, you're giving off that I don't need you vibe. I've got it all under control. I know everything. I want things done my way. And, a lot of people can't deal with that kind of energy. All right, moving into the future now with the Emperor in reverse, some of you may be dealing with an Aries that, maybe needs to get it together when I see things in the reverse like that. But if not an Aries, then you're dealing with a situation where either the person is not very reliable, they may be more prone to following their emotions and their heart than, thinking logically. But it also represents like things being kind of hectic, all right? Let's go ahead and clarify that. And we get the Eight of Pentacles. And Eight of Pentacles is about focus. So, maybe you may be focused on this particular person, if they're an Aries. And if it's not an Aries, then, you may be focused on work. You may be focused on other things other than relationship, or the person that you're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever it is, there's no, okay, with the Emperor in reverse, there's a lack of balance, right? And with the Eight of Pentacles, there's focus. So maybe you're focusing too much on one thing, whether it's one person, whether it's an issue in the relationship, whether it's your emotions, but it's almost like there's something that you're focusing on to the point of causing things to go out of balance, all right? Moving over to what you guys want. Some of you want a King of Wands. That could be a fire sign, or, the King of Wands. It can represent a fire sign, but like if you really get into it, it could be a Sagittarius or Scorpio cusp type person. All right. If it's not the King of Wands that you want to get back to being the King of Wands. You want to get back to having that kind of energy. You want to get back to feeling confident and going after what you want. And, that the energy that comes with that, because wands represent energy. So it's almost like you need that spark, that boost to get yourself back going, okay? We'll go ahead and clarify that King of Wands, and we get the Star upright. So definitely you want to get your confidence back. Okay, you want to get back to a place where you're feeling like you. Now, so for others, you know, you feel like this person, if it's the fire sign or the Scorpio, you feel like they are the one and you want them. Okay, you feel like they're your soulmate. They mean everything to you. Some of you may even feel like this person is quote unquote out of your league. I don't really care for that term, because we're all, you know, capable of love, and you never know who's going to love you. You know, don't sell yourself short. Right? So if you love someone and you want that person, you let them know, you never know. They may want you just the same, but you'll never find out if you hang back, or if you let, you know, confidence issues or self-image issues keep you from, you know, making that move, okay? Or letting that person know how you feel. Or if you're in a relationship and you feel like you're out of your league with the person that you're with, you're doing both of yourselves a disservice, okay? Moving on to internal factors, we've got this Page of Swords in the reverse, okay? So the Page of Swords in the reverse is a little bit negative, all right? The Page of Swords in the reverse is, it's like, it can represent, you know, bad news. Maybe you heard something or you found something out that you're not necessarily happy about. But it's about, like, just a lot of bickering, a lot of conflict, unnecessary conflict, arguing, very negative mindset, okay? So maybe that's something that you need to work on, Taurus, or maybe you're dealing with someone who has that kind of negative mindset, and that's what's kind of driving you to be kind of feeling like disappointment, or even maybe this person may be beating down your confidence, okay? Go ahead and clarify that, and we get the Sun card, okay? So maybe you're just realizing this because, you know, I say all the time, the sun sheds a light on everything that's going on. So maybe this, you're realizing your own negativity, you're realizing your own issues and doubts that you're dealing with, or you're realizing where the person that you're dealing with, okay, is bringing this kind of negativity into your life. All right. Now, your advice for this reading is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands indicates that you need to kind of focus on what it is that's going to bring you commitment, if that's what you want, okay? But it's about feeling at home, and sometimes that's even within your own body, right? You need to feel at home in your own body. You need to feel at home with yourself. You need to be complete with yourself, and you know, you need to know what you want. And if it is commitment that you want, right, then you need to get yourself on a path. And, you know, whether that's getting your negativity, you know, banished, getting your mind right, picking the right kinds of partners, having that conversation with your, you know, with your partner or your, whoever you're with, even though you may be a little bit afraid, even though you're, you know, you may be a little bit doubtful. It's about actually doing things that are going to bring you to that point. All right. Going ahead and moving on to the external factor, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So you may be dealing with someone, you know, they may be another earth sign. But if not, you're dealing with someone who is maybe being a little bit selfish right now. Okay, they're not the most nurturing person. You know, they're not the most caring person because, you know, whether they've been hurt or whether they've just always been that way, they tend to focus on themselves and getting what they want. They can also be very materialistic, okay? So this could be someone that you're dealing with, and this can also be how you're seen, okay? So from the outside looking in, others may see you as someone who is materialistic and selfish, and, you know, that may not be the case at all. But if you are kind of, you know, not... if you're kind of disappointed right now for whatever reason and your confidence is low, and you know, we don't, you know, everybody expresses that differently. Some people, they look sad, other people put up a guard, and when that guard is up, sometimes people feel like you're being selfish, right? Because you're not allowing them access to you. So that could be the situation. So you're either dealing with someone with that kind of an energy, or people are seeing you on the outside looking in. Let's go ahead and clarify that. We get the Death card, all right? So some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio, okay? But If not, death card represents change and transformation. So, and also the ending. So somebody, maybe it's time to end a situation, especially if it's disappointing, especially if it's not meeting your expectations, whether they're high or not. If you want what you want, it is what it is, okay? And if someone's not treating you right or making you feel bad, or, you're in a situation that you feel bad in, then it's time to either move on or transition from this situation, transition from this phase, okay? So you may be at the crossroads, and you may very well wind up there, because you're going to have to make a decision about either staying in a situation and trying to work out the negativity, or moving on from the situation, okay? Moving on to your hopes and your fears, we've got the High Priestess. So I feel like this is representing you wanting to be more able to connect with your inner guide, your inner intuition, and be more confident and sure in yourself, because the High Priestess knows what she wants, okay? The High Priestess knows what you want. The High Priestess knows, okay? And so maybe you want to be the High Priestess. You want to be more confident in not only how you feel and knowing what you want, but knowing what your situation is that you are in, or what it is that you want out of a relationship if you are single and you're working towards being in a relationship. All right, we clarify the High Priestess, and we get the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel like you're tired of wasting your time. All right, so yeah, you want to be more confident, and you want to be more sure in yourself, because you don't want to waste your time anymore in situations that either don't meet your expectations, people who don't meet your expectations, people who disappoint you, people who may be fake, maybe too materialistic. They pretend that they want to be in a relationship, or they pretend to be romantic, but they're only doing it for their own self-interest. Okay, now moving on to the outcome for this reading, and we've got the Fool in the reverse. So the Fool in the reverse, speaks to being a little bit naive sometimes, and, maybe making careless decisions, not appreciating. It's almost like, having apathy of your situation, not really appreciating the situation that you have, or not being happy or satisfied with the situation that you're in. Okay, we go ahead and clarify that, and we get the Two of Pentacles, because you're struggling with this situation. You're struggling, you're disappointed in the situation. It isn't what you want, whether it's the fact that you're single or whether you're in a relationship. But, sometimes also with this combination, there could be a commitment issue. So whether you're aware of that or not, that may be something that you want to examine. Do you have commitment issues? Do you want commitment, but, whether it's a subconscious thing or not, you are kind of, putting yourself in a situation or in situations that, makes the commitment unattainable. But that's what you want. So now it's time to focus on maybe the fact that, this energy, that this may be your energy with this Emperor in reverse. It's time to focus on the instability, right? And the imbalance. Now, like I said, that could also be attributed to the person that you're dealing with. If they're the one that's imbalanced and throwing things off, then it is going to be difficult for you to deal with them. And commitment may seem like, where is it? It may seem like it's far away, because you can't count or rely on this person to, you never know what you're going to get, right? When someone's in balance, it's like you have good days, you have bad days, you have good days, you have bad days. And it's much more inconsistent than the regular ebb and flow of a relationship. Okay, Taurus. So, if you are in a relationship, it's like it's time to really focus on, if there's no commitment there, then getting to the commitment. If you are already committed or in a marriage, then, keeping that marriage together, because sometimes getting married is just the first step. Staying married is where it's at. And that's what we need to focus on. Like, what is it that we need to do to stay married? All right. No one ever really tells you that part. They always tell you, get a man, get a wife, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, now I got this person. and I want to be with them for the next, however many years. How do we make that work? Okay, and for some of my marrieds, you may be struggling with that, but that's where communication is. So maybe if you're having, maybe a lack of communication or a communication issue is at the heart of, your troubles right now. If they really don't want to call it troubles, your issues right now. All right, guys. So that has been your September reading, Taurus. Don't do anything hasty. That's what I feel like the outcome is telling us. And it's like, don't be hasty, because if you really want commitment, and sometimes it just takes conversations, lots of conversations, maybe even therapy, to work on things. But if you know that things are just at a point where they cannot be worked on, then don't waste your time on someone who is taking you for granted and not treating you right. If you are able to move on, then go ahead and move on, because that is part of your transition and your transformation. Okay? And it may be part of their transition and their transformation. So if someone wants to move on from you, I know it's easier said than done to not take it, personal. But I mean, sometimes things just don't work out. I don't want to say not take it personal, because relationships are personal. But don't take it hard, Everyone has a journey. We're all on a journey. And someone's journey right now is lacking direction because this Fool in the reverse is here, okay? And so it's like you've got to get things back on the right track. Now, is this person derailing you, or are you derailing yourself? That's what we need to really find out, okay? And if you guys want a more detailed reading or a more personalized reading, you can go ahead and contact me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com. My information is in the description bar below for my websites on how you can purchase a reading. If you have any questions, or if you just want to leave a comment, go ahead. I love comments. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys at the next reading. Bye, Taurus.